Well, folks, we would love to say welcome once again. Radio voice of Yahweh Men's Law and Nimba D-9 TV right here in Zikepa in our Blue Ocean Studio. So, wheresoever you join, you would love to say welcome this evening. And the timestamp says of roughly 4 minutes running to the hour, 8 o'clock from where I sit and talk to you this evening. I'm here alongside with the screen on the screen. There is the CEO for Nimba D-9 TV. And today, we are located in Zikepa instead of being in our central studio in Monrovia. Everything is done in Nimba Electoral District number 9. So, Major is up to you.
Well, what a beautiful way to be here. And I like to say good day to all of you who are watching us, who are listening to us by way of the radio, and those who are watching us on Nimba D-9 TV. I remember last December we were here with the Christmas close out activity, and many people sent out their resolution and all of that. But behind the camera is Salome Sogali.
Yes, I don't think so. Guys.
So Salome is here, but well, today we will be having conversation with the actor Dahn. He is a member of Team Gongloe Global, but he hails from Liberia. He's residing in the United States of America, and we'll also be having with us Saye Z Gorgor. Those two will be with us here as our guest today. And this is a giveaway. Well, Saye is right there with us now. So I can see him right here on the screen. So let's do a cross check with him whether he can hear us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Gbarwee.
Hearing you from here. So let me see what's happening. What's happening? We're not hearing you.
Let's see the connection.
Hearing you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good. So come back again. Let's hear whether if you're hearing us.
Yes, I can hear you very clear.
Okay, good. So today we want to say welcome, and this is Nimba D-9 TV and radio voice of Yahweh Mesno. Just so all of you who have joined us here know, we are in our Blue Ocean studio. This is Patrick Waylor, and this is our rebranded Nimba D-9 TV. We are situated today at our Blue Ocean studio. This is our home. This is where national unity begins. This is where we preach peace, unity, love, and togetherness. We are situated in Zikepa, Nimba County, where it's been named as the proposed capital city of Liberia by Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So we look forward to that in the coming days. But to all of our viewers and followers and those who listen to the radio, as you may be aware, Liberia is going to elections on October 10, Patrick?
Yeah, of course. October 10.
October 10, all
It's 20 hours.
will be going to the polls to vote for their choice. And then today we are privileged to have with us Saye Gorgor. He will introduce himself for the better good. We will be joined by P. Actor Dahn. I guess he's finding it a little bit difficult, but he was on today earlier on. So you are live on the program, and this is Patrick Waylor. He is a co-host, and behind the camera is Salome Sogali, our intern. So, sir, will you just introduce yourself, who you are, before we go into the discussion? And when Mr. Dahn comes in, we will do the same. It's over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for allowing us the privilege to be on air. My name is Saye Gorgor, and incidentally, Zikepa is not a strange town for me. I spent 3 years from 1969 to 1971 in Zikepa. The Bia and Gbarwee families are my family, so I have a good connection with Zikepa.
Wow, that's good. So, well, we will take it one at a time. Interchangeably, how are you, for example? How is the family? Where are you joining us from tonight? From
I
your end.
Atlanta, Georgia, United States of America. My family is doing fine, and I'm doing. I'm glad to. And your last name, Gbarwee. That sounds very much like. I is it the Gbarwee from Yonkiai?
Exactly. This is the Gbarwee, one of the Gbarwees on your KIA.
Well, we are. I can tell you, we are related there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. But well, so that we move fast forward because time is man's enemy into this game. Like I said earlier on, we are here and you have been covered through across river says Bomb County, some part of Lofa, and a larger part of Nimba County, and some part of Ivory Coast and some part of Guinea. Of course, you are on our rebranded Nimba D-9 TV live here at our Central Studios, and you are also on YouTube on Nimba D-9 TV. You are also on Twitter as well. But you've introduced yourself already, and moving forward, Patrick going to be questioning you as we move into this entire interview. We're still looking forward to meeting with actor Dan, who I believe is finding it a bit harder, but it's easy to get on screen, yeah. So we'd love to say welcome again, and feel free to interact with us as we move on. But in 2 minutes, we'd like you to tell us exactly why do you think that Councillor Gongloe and the LPP political party is the best amongst the 19 other candidates who are vying for the presidency comes October 10th? Why do you think so?
Thank you so much. And the reason I think Councillor Gonglu and Dr. Emmanuel Yue Yakbaulo and the LPP would be the good for Liberia is that the candidate, Councillor Gonglu, is a man of character. He's a man of his word. Not only can we judge him by his words, we can judge him by his deeds as well. He's served in government. He's shown that he's ready to walk away and not sacrifice his principles. So he did resign from the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government because he did not want to be associated with corruption. We know that corruption is a cancer that destroys our nation. It has broken into the fabrics that even in rural villages, there are tendencies of corrupt practices. So if we get leaders that are going to help us get rid of corruption, then that's a good thing for the country. Because once you take away the cancer, the rest of the body can heal itself. So Councillor Gonglo is going to deliver what he says he's going to do. He's a trained economist, so he knows about how the economy works. He is a renowned human rights lawyer. So
Okay, so we're having some internet outage here. But well, we are still here. I think it's actually it might be coming from his end, Patrick.
Yeah, yes, and because I'm
Yeah.
seeing that we are still okay.
Yeah, we are still here. So Mr. Gorgor may have had a call. But well, just so you know, all of you who have joined us, let's recognize those who've joined us. We had Julie Nessa. She says she's watching from Atlanta, Georgia. That is the United States of America. Gibson Blair is our contributor from Voice of Tapeta. He's watching with Voice Attends for the job.
Gibson
Boss.
Blair, who were with Voice of Tapeta,
Voice of
right?
Tapeta
Yeah,
is
of course, I
watching.
know him.
So keep sharing this live video with all of your friends, relatives. This is where we allow everybody to have that say, very freely. So he's back now. So sir, you are welcome. You went off earlier, but you are
yes,
welcome.
somebody was trying to call in, so it kind of blocked the call. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, go quiet. Okay, so let's hear you, Chief. Go ahead.
All right. So with the nation as it is, and it's not news that Liberia is struggling. People are crying all over the country. Poor healthcare, poor roads. I mean, no schools. I mean, the infrastructure of the country is destroyed, and nobody seems to care about doing something about it. Everybody talks about the situation, but nobody is doing something about it. So today, we are promising the Liberian people that if we elect uh, Councillor Gongloe and Dr. Emmanuel Yuri Yakwaula, things are going to get done. These are people who believe in doing, not saying. The broom is symbolic of sweeping. One, it's a symbol of cleanliness. Where you have broom, what broom does is sweeps. What broom sweeps is dirt. It sweeps away dirt, and dirt is not a good thing for us. So you can look at the corruption as dirt and germs and all those bad things associated with dirt. So we're gonna sweep that away if we get those two people elected. Second thing that broom does, it's each strand of that broom, each fiber of that broom is by itself, not strong. But if you take the bunch of them together, they exhibit strength. You cannot easily break a whole broom in half. But you take each strand off, you're just going to break them. It won't take you any time. They're all broken. So there's unity, there's strength, there's cleanliness, and we are going to deliver.
Okay, good. So we're going to turn you over to Patrick for another question as we move on. But just so you know, there are tons of people following you, and all we want you to do is to keep sharing this live video with somebody in your reach. And today we are having with us our honorable Saye Z Gorgor. He is here with us from the United States of America. Favor Ben is watching us from Pennsylvania. Sonny Gibson, he said, I want to join you. Yeah, Sonny, we could send you the link, but don't worry, Sonny, you're going to join us on the very election day.
Yeah,
so Patrick is going to take you through a couple of questions as we move on.
Okay, so let me just take you to the next question. When it comes to the election in 2 minutes time, can you really tell me or tell the masses I separate and tell us the separate what would the Tier 1 Saye Gongloe LPP government do if elected in the following sector? A. Judiciary. B. Health. C. Education. D. Agriculture. E. Attraction of direct and foreign investment. Can you just speak to that of all?
Thank you so much, sir. In the judiciary, he has promised to transform the judicial system. In fact, he already started because when he was the bar president, he had made sure that he raised the standard of the National Bar Association. So what better place to start with than the lawyers that are going to be the ones at the vanguard of the judicial system in the country. So if you start to strengthen that environment, then of course you are on strong pillars. And we know that today justice is just elusive in Liberia. For instance, if some of us here can tell you personal stories where we've been victim of the judiciary system, the lack of transparency, the lack of the ineffectiveness, people would come and take. For instance, let's go to land because I can speak to that personally. You go and purchase a
Yeah,
land from somebody. He goes and turns around and resells that property that no longer belongs to him. And then when you go to talk about it, you go to court, they're going to drill you up and down. Okay, go come, go come. They're going to do that until A, you get tired, B, you run out of money, or the combination of something of that sort. So that's the judiciary. He's going to reform the judiciary. He also have stated that if the police officer is doing the job and somebody from a higher office calls there because they somebody related to them or their friends or somebody had violated the law and the police is trying to effect an arrest or do their job and somebody from higher up calls, hey, so and so, I want you to let him go. He finds that out, that person is going to get fired. Okay, once they do that, they're no longer going to interfere in police functions. uh, Healthcare. Healthcare, the whole health, that's my background, so I can speak to. I'm a healthcare personnel by profession. So the healthcare system, and I work in many of the hospitals: Phoebe Hospital, Ganta Hospital, St. Nicholas Hospital, JFK. So a number of hospitals across the country. So I can speak to that. The healthcare is in deplorable situations. JFK was one of the premier medical institution that the nation, the entire West Africa, in fact, like Africa in whole, admired. It was second to basically look at it as small American institution. Look at JFK today; it is in shambles. Few years back, I had the privilege of visiting Phoebe, where I did part of my training. And when I was there in the 80s, over at Phoebe, Phoebe had electricity 24/7. It had buses that ran to Banga, SKT, and its environs, picking workers up, dropping them up. When I went there, the campus was dark. I was in tears to see Phoebe in that condition. People go
Okay, so we will hold you on there. We'll hold you on there. Thanks a lot, because there are key sectors. You have spoken about the health, and you have spoken about
The judiciary.
the judiciary. So we want to say welcome to all of you who have tuned in. Today is a beautiful day in our Blue Ocean studio, as we like to call it. We are tonight in Zikepa, Yahweh Mesno Statutory District, and we are playing host to Mr. Gorgor. He's called Says there Gorgor, and we've been joined by a very wonderful man. He will introduce himself in 1 minute. Then he will then talk about what different will Councillor Gongloe government do as it relates to education. Sir, it's over to you. Can you introduce yourself for the benefit of the audience?
Thank you very much, Nimba D-9 TV and Zikepa radio host, Mr. Edmund, Gbarwee, and others. I am proud to join you alongside with my colleague, Mr. Saye Z, and my name is P. Arthur Dahn. I'm a son of Nimba County, particularly from Gbarwee. My father is from Zan, and my mother is from Ban, which is in Banakana. So I'm here tonight to let the Liberian people know why we have come, to let them know about how to vote on Tuesday, October 10th, for their brother, their son and husband, friend, Councillor Tiawan S. Gongloe. I don't want to tell you about the ills and evils that have unfolded in Liberia under the government of Ellen Johnson and the government of George Weah, which is in reality a continuation of Ellen Sirleaf government. I'm here to tell you about the difference that Gongloe and Yapaglo will make if they succeed. If you give them your vote, the difference they will make compared to the past two government, or the last government and the current government, the difference they will make, especially when it comes to education, is that the Gongloe campaign has a 10-point agenda, and it prioritizes 4 major agenda items. One of those is education. And so Gongloe argument is that under his administration, children from kindergarten to 12th grade, education will be totally free. Why? Because he feels that it is education that bears the key to development, especially so human development. Okay? So not only that there will be K to 12 free education, but he's also going to make sure that the minds of adults and young adults are developed through vocational education. And because of that, it is his plan to ensure that the 15 counties of Liberia have various sets of vocational institutions. And with all these counties having vocational institutions, the ripple effects will not only be education, but it will be employment, improvement in the economy, family being together, peace being in their community. There are so many more that we can even express about education, especially so when we are talking about a better Liberia. So, Mr.
Okay,
Gbarwee.
okay. So we will hold you on there, but quite interestingly, I was just retrospecting, and I got to know that Uncle said Gorgor is my uncle. And my father has long talked about him, Mr. Francis Gbarwee. He's listening to the radio now in Zikepa. Uncle say, I like to say welcome. And I was a child, I did not see you, but you have been in the States for a while. This is the beauty of technology. And after here, probably then we can talk. But back to education. And at the moment, there's Congress for Democratic Change that you are wanting to replace come October 10, according to what you are saying. They've been putting out free education for university students, for public university students. That is to say, like the different community colleges and all of that, and the University of Liberia. Now, they continue to pay the WAS fees for 12 graders. What will Councillor Gongloe do? Will he incorporate that? Is it a good system, or he's going to remove that? Because many of your critics from the Congress for Democratic Change, they are saying that this is a good system. This is what we're doing for the proper, government. What kind of government is Councillor Gongloe bringing? Will he incorporate that on education? We're going to go to Mr. Gorgor first. Mr. Gorgor, sorry, first for more meaning. Then we will go back to Mr. Dahn for his 1 minute on that.
Thank you so much, Brother Gbarwee. On the education system, paying WAG fees is like a band-aid. If you have a wound, you don't put just band-aid on it. You try to treat the wound, and then you put band-aid on it. So what Councillor Gongloe and Dr. Yapawulu would do is, one, eliminate all the fees from pre-K to high school. And in the secondary schools, they're going to make sure if there's employment in the country, people can afford to, pay for what they need to pay for. And the quality of education we're talking today, you and I can bear witness that the quality of Liberian education has suffered tremendously. We are going to rebuild confidence in our education. That means competent teachers, giving them a good wage that's going to enable them to teach, give them the resources they're going to need to teach our children, and make it easier for our children to get to schools, to get back to universities. So that's what we're going to do.
Okay, so let's go to Mr. Dahn for his 1 minute on that.
Well, thank you very much again, sir. When it comes to paying YFU and maybe giving quote unquote scholarship and other so-called assistance, I think I will bring those attitudes as pacification. To pacify means, babies, when babies are young and crying on the mom and they don't want to give them breast milk, which is the proper feeding, then they gave them that rubber thing in their mouth, just to be able to close their mouth. That's what to pacify means. So I'm saying to you here that Mr. Weir and his group of croonings are not giving any education. They are not about genuine education that will develop the minds of our people, because elections are just around. So maybe a year or so ago, they started saying what we can do to be able to woo over the young people is, let's say we pay that wire fee. First of all, the first question you need to ask is, how did the kids get to that 12th grade before you can give their wire fee? How did they get there? Who nurtured them? So if it were Gongloe, he would have nurtured them from K to 12. And even if Gongloe was the one who was saying, I will pay your wire fee, then it would be an addition to the grooming, the educational grooming that he would have done for the children from kindergarten to 12th grade. And then on top of it, he's saying that, I know you cannot afford this, but I will be able to do it. I started it, let me end it. So what I'm saying to you is, George Weah is only trying to pacify our voters by saying that I pay your wire fee. So when it comes to general education, it doesn't just require the child alone. It goes back to the parents. The parents must have the affordability to send their kids to school. How do they get that? They need jobs. They need their salaries on time. But here is we as government. There are representatives and senators that are paid more than $10,000 per month. But the very local teachers who are supposed to be educating the parents of these same kids for whom George Weah is paying wire fee, the very parents who should be educated and given the opportunity to work and earn something to pay their children education fee, these parents, some of them teachers, are working, and as teachers, you know their salary. If it is more than $100, that means that person must be blessed or they must have some good degree. But even if you look at that teacher being paid $100 per month, when you look in a year, the teacher gets overall $1,200. And maybe if they take out taxes, that teacher may just be coming home with $1,000. But it would mean that if Weah is paying his representative or senator more than $10,000, it tells you and I that that teacher who is receiving roughly, after tax, $1,000, we have to work for like 10 years before he can even make 1 month salary of his representatives and representatives and senators. So what I'm saying to you here is, Weah is only pacifying the voters. And that's how he thinks he is able to woo them. But the message we are sending to our people now is, do not be carried away by whether he gave them $200 or $300 for wire fee. Do not be carried away by that $200 or $300. Think about 12 years that you pay school fees. But Gongloe is going to eradicate those 12 years school fees. And that's what we want you to think about.
You've extended much on that. Just in case you joined us, let us recognize those who have joined us here live. They're taking up their time. Some of them, they are at work. They are stealing the time to go and slink in and just to watch you all. We want to say we appreciate you. Dennis Koti, we love to call him Elder Dennis Koti. He's watching us. He is from Kwaikako Town. The people of Kwaikako Town, they are listening to you by way of Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesno. And Saye Z Gorgor is here from Kwaipa as well. The people of Kwaipa, they are listening to all of you here tonight. The people of Zan, they are also listening to Mr. P at Dahn. Joseph Dolo said he's watching us for Soul Clinic. Incredible Uriah Gua Jr. is our reporter in Central Nimba Seclepie. And we have, who do we have here again, Patrick? We have Leo Monsoma Tokpa Gbarwee. He said he's watching us live from Ghana, from Kumasi, from the Baptist City. He said, though I'm from Liberia, Nimba County. Good evening to you and the people of Kumasi there in Ghana. Continue to pray for the peace. Favor Ben is watching us from Pennsylvania. So, Patrick, you wanted to ask?
Okay, Chaz, I just want to ask Mr. Ben, Mr. Dahn, a question. Are you saying that the fees paid for the 12 bit of silver wire fees is not really tangible to the people? If the next government, the LPP, then take over this country, are you not still going to follow the same footprint?
So did you get a question?
Are you there, Mr. Dahn?
Yes, your question is that I critique the WIAC fee payment, and you want to know if the Gongloe Yapaulo government comes to power, whether they are not going to follow same. Is that the question, right?
That's my question.
Okay, but I think maybe if I were not clear enough, let me just put it simply this way. No, Gongloe is not, he's not a selfish person. He is going to adapt other past activities of past governments if he feels it was helpful to our people. Like, for instance, when it comes to road construction or road network in Liberia, there used to be, every country used to have this public work road kind of thing, which gives some of our local people employment and all of that. And these people help the road system maintain the road. That used to keep our road open. But when Mr. Samuel Doe came to power, I think he closed it for whatever reason. So what I'm saying to you here is that if that wire fee payment was a helpful kind of incentive for the people of Liberia, Gongloe will adapt it. But I am telling you that it is not a better practice. It is not a better approach. The better approach to incentivize the education of youth of Liberia, to also support parents who are working to send their children through high school and college. The best way to help them is to give them the opportunity to say, look, your kids will go to school from ABC straight to high school without paying 1 cent.
Okay, we're going to hold you on there. So just in case you are watching us, we want to say thank you to all of you who are watching from across Liberia and in the diaspora. We had James Halawanga. He is your senatorial candidate here in the race. He said he's watching us from Tapatan City, Nimba County. We have Ma Bettison. I think that Chris Lee. Chris Lee said he's watching us live from North Dakota, the USA. Dennis Coty said I can call in to contribute if possible. The numbers are on the screen now. So let us announce the number just so we move on, Patrick. The numbers to call, you can just announce those numbers.
So thank you very much, Major, for the time. And the number is 0775-991-991. 0775-991-991.
Okay, that's good. So so maybe let's just pass it off a little bit with some of their campaign music from the Team Gongloe side. Let's give them 2 minutes. But if you have a call, you could take it. But let's try to give them a little bit of time, you know, to have some time to refresh. And what to say?
La pièce n'est wawara. La pièce n'est wawara. La tête m'a nuit. Yawan Gongloe nuit. Poribo kanku moué papa. You want hello wawara. Mo se wi mi wawara bono. Suku pai wawara bomia. Se yawan Gongloe. Ile Gongloe we mwe. Alonga jafa no pio. Amen. La biane ikuya kabo. Ikada propro kamera. Ikuya kare. Lo bakante palo babu.
And then we're going to take it down there to continue with our guest here tonight. So just in case you join us, the man Bettison Chris Lee. I'm Chris Lee from the #1, Doe Administrative District, Tapatan, Nimba County. I am following you live from North Dakota, the USA. Thank you for the discussion. Yes, so the platform is open, Patrick. So just so everybody know, the Congress for Democratic Change, you are welcome. The Unity Party, the CP. But tonight, the lines are now activated. So let's take our
Okay,
first
so
caller.
Major, let me take your first call from right here. Good evening. Your name and where do you call from?
Oh, yeah,
Okay, Bagus, are you following this evening? But then you have to go on our Facebook page, on Nimba D-9 page, and follow the radio station, please.
Well, so yes, so we will continue. So well, in 1 minute each, Mr. Gorgor, we will want to know from you and Mr. Dahn, in the next 100 days, what is it? Let's take a WhatsApp caller. This WhatsApp caller is calling from somewhere. Patrick, let's take that call.
Good evening. Your name, where do you call from? Okay, Winston, I guess you've been following. Let's hear you shortly.
To consider that, it is in the economic purview of Liberian to have free and fair election, because we fought for this 14 years of peace. Peace we are now enjoying in Liberia. We fought for 14 years of civil crisis. So at this point, we want to do everything in our own best way to maintain the peace. Let me just commend the guests in studio for the level of deliberation about Team Gongloe. I want to say this is the best opportunity we have had ever as Liberian people, to have somebody with the integrity come to the race to make sure and free the people of Liberia from the kind of economic crisis we are facing, the kind of problem Liberia is going into. And we are calling on every mini Liberian to take this opportunity and utilize it and not missing this opportunity, because we believe that the only way Liberia can be economically free and can have some level of stability that other African countries have respect for before is when we have the rightful government to power, somebody who will be freed from corruption, somebody who will restore dignity to the country. So we are calling on everyone to take this as a very good opportunity, whether you are from Nima, you are from across the 15th county, to rally hands around Councillor Gongloe and making the next president of the Republic of Liberia for the better development we want, and for that respectful Liberia we want to see that every other African country will come onto us as a mother of Africa.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling from Rwanda, Kigali. Did you say? Thank you. Thank you so much. So we had Joseph.
Mr. Gbarwee.
Yes, sir.
Before you go to your next caller, I just want to comment a little bit on that caller that just spoke.
Okay, please go ahead.
Wherever he spoke from, I encourage him to even share his thoughts, the same thoughts he just expressed with a lot of people in the way he put it. And particularly when
so Mr. Dahn, just hold it the other guy with another call in the line. Good evening, your name, where do you call from?
This is Dennis Kochi calling from Jamestown, North Dakota.
Okay, so welcome to Nimba D-9 TV and Radio Voice of Yah Women on this evening.
Yes, thank you. I was listening, and there was an argument about this wire fee payment.
Tell you because all of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So this is that one of the exactly what Mr. Dahn was saying. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Kodi. You have the 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. So this wire fee payment is just not enough, as Mr. Dahn was saying. It's not what we need. Here is this president who is using $3.some million to buy, just to purchase helicopter to run campaign. But he cannot take that $3.4 million to even fix the road that going to his home, just to clean the road, not to lay quota there, just to fix it. But he's not able to do it, but he's able to buy or 3 point something million dollars helicopter to go run campaign. What do you think he will do when you get his second term? He will do worse than ever before. The YFC payment is nothing. I mean, when I was going to school, I never paid YFC. I mean, the school was free. Green Towers administration come to do administration. What kind of free education are you talking about that when you go there today, or teachers are requiring you go buy pamphlet. If you don't buy pamphlet, so now you have to buy this or that just to make sure that you pass. So it is not enough. It's nothing to the people of Liberia and myself. It's hurting us. We need somebody else to come in, and that person is Councillor Dahn Saye Z, who has the whole plan for free education where students will go there and eat.
Thank you. 30-second call with you, Mr. Koti. Thank you
so much, Mr. Dallas Koti. So we are still here. We are moving on. Mr. Dahn was trying to make a comment, but we always love to recognize those who are on here. Probably you are driving along the Suakoko route and then you bump into 99.1 FM.
Yeah.
This is called Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesno. We are in our Blue Ocean studio here in Zikepa, transmitting to you through the tallest Orange Tower. Here we want to say thanks to Orange Liberia for providing us with the electricity and all of that. Thanks to all those who are making this to happen. But we are playing host tonight on the special edition of the program called The Truth of the Matter. And we were taking some time off with Mr. Koti, but because of time, probably you could pay for his airtime to come, because if you say the president took some monies on our platform, 30 million and bought a plane. So we want to dig deeper in that to do some fact check, because this is where we have to provide. So Mr. Koti, you have to find in time, maybe tomorrow or sometimes, that we can talk about that more. But again, Julie Nessa said you are so right, brother. Thanks. And Arlene Gibson is watching us from Indianapolis, the USA. Good evening, good afternoon. Joseph Dolo said, thanks very much, Mr. Dahn, for making some clarity on what we've been hearing about President Wiape was fees. Dennis Costi says he's already making his points that Councillor Gongloe would do better than just paying was fees. He has called to make that point, clear already. So just in case you tune in, this is Nimba D-9 TV. Don't get it wrong. On election day, we're going to be in this Blue Ocean studio, providing you with all of the facts, with all of the happenings from around Nimba County and Liberia as in our reach to give you what will be unfolding as it relates to this election. But today, we are playing host to Saye Z Gorgor. He is in the United States of America. He is a member of Team Gongloe, and he's here and P after Dahn as well. Let's take that call. Let's take this call from right here. Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh,
okay,
the
we
question
drop the line. Okay. So we are still here.
That's
why I like you to
so we are going to go back to Mr. Gorgor. Mr. Gorgor, for instance, if elected, if Councillor Gongloe is elected on October 10th, that will be on next week Tuesday, what will he do in 100 days? What will happen? What Nigerians will look forward to seeing?
In 100 days, we will look at the judiciary to try to make sure law and order is, because if you don't have law and order, society breaks down. That is where I would focus on. And the next thing is the rainy season, as you're aware of, the roads are deplorable. That needs immediate attention. So that would be item on the top of the echelon to look after. The roads are impassable in most places. So we'll take the roads to make sure our people can get around.
Okay, so we are having a caller here from the States, so you can just take the call for 30 seconds. Then I'll go about 30 seconds.
Good evening, your name. Where do you call from? Hello? Your name, where do you call from? You are coming so bad. Okay, we lost the person.
Okay, so we lost the person. So yeah, Mr. Gorgor, you are in speech.
All right, so the law and order restore, roads, recondition and start paving, start reconditioning the roads. We start to look at our school system, education, try to make sure our kids can get back to school. Um, Try to pay the teachers, make sure civil servants can get paid. Because if you can't get paid, how are you going to eat? How you expect the people to go to work if they can't even feed their families? So how would they pay their way to get to work? So those are things that we're going to look at, in the immediate terms. Safety, the healthcare is in shambles. We'll try to strengthen that as well.
Okay, thank you. So let's go to Padam for his 1 minute on that. 100 days. If
Thank you.
elected, what will Gongloe do?
Thank you very much. I just want to remind you that this whole Gongloe Yapalo campaign is about the eradication of wastefulness. Wastefulness across the entire Liberian government in every department. So the councillor has vowed that within the first 100 days, he's going to make it his business to reach out in an unannounced manner at different ministries and places just to see what is going on. Are people in their places, in their offices, and using their time wisely and not wasting it? He has also vowed to ensure that he will check with the judicial system to make sure that judges are doing just what is right. He's going to visit consequential institutions like other ministries, funders, where government payments are all coming from. He's going to visit these areas within the first 100 days to see how things are unfolding under his administration. Are those things the things that he promised the Liberian people to deliver on? And whoever he finds that is not going in line with that faces the wrath of the law, even
Okay,
if it means facing it
we,
in a court in a court of law.
okay, so we're going to hold you on there. So just in case you join in, this is Edmund and Pat presentation. We are here today on the very special edition of the Truth of the Matter. So we are playing host to Councillor Gongloe and Yakpala Wolo team. They are from the LPP arrangement. And on October 10, Liberians will be going to the polls to elect or re-elect or elect.
I wish I can.
I'm telling you, I have to re-elect or to elect a president and a representative.
What I can take it for.
Yeah, let's do it.
Good evening. Come again. Okay, let's hear you. Are you following this evening? Yeah, go ahead. Shortly, you have 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you. I just want to tell the citizens of Western.
And come again. Hold on. The discussion does not punkani.
Okay, thank you so very much. So just so so we are here. We want to say welcome to all of you who continue to send in your text reaction. Arlington McClee is our yes, let's take it.
Good evening. Yami, and where do you call from? Okay, Mr. Gbarwee, let's hear you. I guess you've been following.
Yeah,
okay, 30 seconds.
Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland. Here the government takes the child from K to the 10th grade, but from 7th to the ever go to paper in Nigeria and control BWI and University of Graduate in Nigeria. God is there. That's the kind of education system we want in the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So much. Thank you so much. So we are there here. You can do the same. Arlington McClee is our colleague. He said great work, team. And maybe we'll have it to color. Now he's bustling now.
Good evening. You're near where do you call from? Are you following this evening?
Yeah, I'm following.
30 seconds.
Thank you very much. I just want to appreciate you. Because we are here talking about Gongloe and people are not actually focusing on it. We can go on air today to talk on that. We actually appreciate that. So we are going to vote for voting because of the best leadership he has. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you can also do same. You can also do same by placing your calls here, and we will take it. The only thing is you will always have to be saver, and I think Liberians are saver as wonderful people as been displayed here. But we are here. It's Edmund and Pat edition of the Truth of the Matter. Thanks to Salome Sangale, who's behind the camera, making sure to switch between cameras to get us through. Thank you so much. But we are still here with our guests. Gorgor. Sometimes the way we say it from distance is different than the way people will see it in actuality. Councillor Gongloe and Yapaulo hails from Bom and Nimba County. How fair, though this is not a sectoral thing, but every political people have gotten their bases. Like for instance, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Wakai is going to say, look, Lofa is my region, and then and it's my base, it's my stronghold. President Josh Weah would say Grand Crew and the other place in Southeast is our stronghold. Where is Councillor Gongloe's stronghold? Beginning with you, Mr. Gorgor.
Well, the councilor's stronghold is not defined in one locality. His reach spans across. He was just in southeastern Liberia. He was called. They gave him the name Savior. So he has bases in southeastern Liberia. He has bases in central Liberia. He has bases in even along the sea coast. So there is not one locality we're going to claim. We claim everywhere. He's just as strong in the southeast as he is in northern or central Liberia.
Thank you so much. So let's go to Mr. Dahn for his 1 minute on that. Where is the councillor's stronghold?
Well, you know, naturally, if a son comes from the village and say, I want to.
Okay, so Mr. Dahn, you can just put it there. Let's take this call. Good evening, Yamia. Where do you call from?
Yeah, thank you. My name is the present president of the Nimba D-9 University Student Association, Yamusa.
Are you following this evening?
I'm not following. I just came from Morocco.
No, so we got
Okay, so Farlington, you have to follow because we have some guests on the line from the USA.
Sorry, I'm not trying to boycott. I'm trying to bypass.
We will have the point.
Farlington, we have to call you up because you're not following the story. So, Mr. Dahn, go ahead. Mr. Dahn, you can go ahead.
So I started earlier by saying that naturally, when a son or daughter leaves a village and let the village people know that, look, I'm trying to vie for the position. I need your support. Naturally, that village is going to be the first stronghold of that individual. The question of whether all of the village will fall for that individual is something that depends on the individual, depends on his or her relationship with that village. So I can say in totality that both Councillor Gongloe and Dr. Yapaulo, their strongholds are respectively Nimba County, Bom County, and then there are other good friendly counties that are leading the entire campaign because of the presence of Gongloe. And those communities, because of the value and service that this councillor has given them in normal time, quote unquote, in normal time, they feel that he is the man that will be for the entire country. And those counties will include, for instance, Cape Mount, where he was recently called by the Cape Mountaineers to say, we want to come and hear from you. In Grandia, at some point, about 2 years ago, when we started this campaign, the councillor himself let us know when he got to Grandia because of what he had done for them in the past. They gave him a special name called Poulion, meaning I don't understand the crown very well, but I think it means our savior too, Poulion. So what I'm saying is that the work and the character of this councillor have caused so many counties from which he did not hail to actually give him their support. And so we are looking at some of these counties to be the stronghold for the councillor.
Okay, so I'm going to take this audio from Councillor Gongloe when he made these statements about Vice President Joseph Boakai.
You give the authority, you are mandated by the people of Liberia to assist the president. You don't want to get in the money, go to the president, what do you want to play? I suggest you do so and so and so. I suggest you do so. I think we need emergency cabinet meeting on this topic and this topic. You do it. Then you say, I will just tell. And the woman went and threw Liberian. Me, I was just telling that, what did you do? If you are there for the first 6 years and you say you're a track car and you're squandering opportunity, what stopped you? What made you now for the second 6 years to be campaigning with women? Did you give up?
Okay, so I played this to say, Dr. Yakpahulo, if Councillor Gongloe is elected as president, will he be a packed vehicle like Ambassador Joseph Nyuma Boakai said? Gongloe was now creating that forum that he was taking $2 million of Liberian people money, but he said he was a packer. And whenever he says, the road from Ganta to Morovia, he says, we did that one, but he said they were packed. How will Councillor Gongloe government treat his vice president? 1 minute, Mr. Gorgor.
Councillor Gongloe respects, he said it numerous times. He respects his vice president. He is going to have a role in consultation, and they're going to work together as a team. Yes, most of the vice president is not going to be up in on stage all the time, but he's going to be working in the background. So he's not going to be a park car, I can tell you that.
Okay, so let's go to Mr. Dahn for his 1 minute.
All right, thank you very much. And look, in government management, the cabinet minister is a council of advisors to the president. And if the president also has to send an envoy, the first person that comes to his mind is his vice president or her vice president. So what I'm saying to you is that the councillor, for all indications that he has given in his speeches, about him at the inclusiveness of people, he is never going to silence his vice president, but instead we want to make him, or in fact groom him, to become a better leader of the country. And so he's going to give him every opportunity to get involved in the decision making. The councillor emphatically indicated in most of his speeches that he even looked down to the Liberian people, the one in the villages, to even be a part of decision making in the capital city. So that tells you that the vice president is a very useful individual for the councillor when he wins.
Okay, thank you so much. So just in case you tune in, we have 5 more minutes to go. It is Edmund and Pat presentation here tonight, a special edition of The Truth of the Matter. We are playing host to Saye Z Gorgor. He hails from County, Kwaipa. He lives in the United States of America, a medical practitioner by profession. And we have P. After that, there's a call coming in. Let's take that caller. Yeah. Your name, where do you call from? You following this evening?
I want let.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
So let us go ahead. So that takes some comments that are coming through these through the comment section. We have Dr. Kwayeke Yuwa, who hears some words and says, honestly, Councillor Gongloe is the best option that we Liberians will ever need if we are to be liberated from the current mess, bad governance, human rights abuse, lack of rule of law. Dennis Coty says, in his first 100 days, Councillor Gongloe has vowed to enforce certain provisions of our constitution that have been ignored by our leaders. He will publicly expose the salaries of all government employees. He will enforce the declaration of assets by all government officials, employees. He will use this method to allow him fight corruption. Wow, what a strong one. So, well, we have 3 more minutes. We're going to go over to Mr. Saye Gorgor, who's going to tell us, probably in the interview, he wish we have asking some questions that we did not do, or the public did not do as well, because so far so good. All those who call in tonight call in their favor, Patrick.
Yeah,
they did not say anything extra. Those comments that are coming are just coming in their favor. We hope that they can play, outright for them. But Mr. Gorgor, you have 1 minute to tell us, maybe if you wanted to assess something and we did not touch. You can also speak Mano at that point to greet our Pele, at that point to greet your people, and then we'll go to Mr. Dahn and we'll close for another program that is coming up.
All right, thank you so much. Foreign investment will be something we'd like to mention, because right now a lot.
Yeah, so let us go on there and take
Yanni, and where do you come from? Yeah, Yanni, and where do you come from? Are you following this evening?
Yes, I'm following. I want to commend the studio guests and the those callers who've been calling. And we want to congratulate the incumbent Gbarwee and all the supporters who've been supporting Gbarwee and tell all our elected.
So I think this is a different show.
Yeah, Mr. B.I. Yes, you know, this is a different show.
Yeah,
because we had a guest that
discussing
Councillor Gongloe will be elected come October 10th. So you can call
You
back.
can call back. We will give you the time. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so let's take this comment, this final comment. Gbarwee, he's from Mela. He lives in Soul Clinic. He said, my name is Saye Gbarwee. I'm following you guys on Soul Clinic Monrovia. Thank you, Gbarwee. Thank you so much. Keep sharing. Yeah, so Mr. Gorgor, your 1 minute, please.
All right. So attracting foreign investment is a crucial part of any developing nation. So how do you attract foreign investment? Once you enforce the rule of law, once there's that corrupt practice, if you cut it out, reputable businesses will want to establish. You provide growth. Foreign investors are going to come, and that will help encourage the development, accelerate the development of the country. Everything here is pro-poor. It's not.
Oh, the network.
So, but he's still talking.
Against you.
Yeah, he's still no, just carry that way. We are not getting you now. So yeah, we are not getting you. Can we go to Pa Ato and see?
Edmund, my now where my way because he opportunity no could back one last like I can't get my way man for who are the kubos piake my way kekli come and you open oh cool man you got ko agule ke ko won ko click dane ke mini last ba no ne un la ke ko pa mi le ke le nu kwa bo ke ko wen no ke ovo kete awan wa yapawulu ole aji amo adogenke monze a komianu oge mon se ki ayi wa ge mon se ki ayi a aji boa emianzo mon le tokere amo mi yazi duoka amo mi yazi ki ayi a won ekase amo mi se ka won ka ba ke mianzo dapia so won nange ko pa mi le tokere wele lon ki ayi ka be presenta mo ki ayi ka be ka sen do na ka duo no ti awan ben le ke ti awan ki ayi ekebe si aben do ko pamia ku ka si do la bia ku ka to dia ka gepa o ti awan ki ayi o so si na nwa le to plan ka yira Emma.
Okay, izu sokololo ba lamen go copy.
Ka zo fen le komenu le ka la brave ko ka zo ge fen ne vole nume vo mana se po ye ka tu yatan ke ka do no ke mieno ke yai wa do ka no ka le ke wa be ka no ke ablipa ka me ye mi wa ba mi si edo yi pin na edo jo ke ye da jo ke ye ke ba wi ba ge ka ble mi ne mo I mi gbe si enui so kwa lo ke bo ba mi ke to kwa ge idoi ke o funa le kwa no o me le kwa fo ke o mono duo ke kwa me kwa o wi kwa me desi we ka le you ke we no fe no ke you ke mi no den ma gre ka ko e daba ka lo no ka vo ke ka me ka o wi kwa me desi ke o desi se de ka councilor Gongloe wa Dr. Yakpaulo o ba o desi se de ka ye ka ke won e gbemba e pa yi zile la bi aki ara benze ke great anu ke la bi ai gbemba kri ka zo fen.
Okay, thank you so much to everybody. And Patrick, they will be with us here tomorrow, same time. And at that point, we're going to be discussing a couple of different issues. But again, our sales offices are open, and you can come in, and we are here to host you to provide for you a platform that is free of coercing you, trying to narrow your thoughts. I think it was a good presentation tonight, Patrick. Your party comments today.
Okay, so I just want to appreciate Mr. Dahn and that of myself, Gorgor, for being here this morning and this evening on this radio station. And I hope that you will be having the time to talk to your people anytime you want to get in conversation with this station. You get our number, you call us because our doors are open to people of Bonkante, to the people of district number 8, the people of district number 7,
and Liberia at large, and somewhere else in the world. It has been a wonderful time to all of our listening audience who will take their son and they will go home with this son in peace. But tomorrow, do we have any major GB show?
No, tomorrow is Sunday.
Sunday?
So the GB show come on Monday.
Oh, Monday. So so let's just take this bash for them. So every good thing must come to an end. We want to say thanks to all of you. We've gone how many minutes over time here? But again, it has been a wonderful time. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to our technician, the by Salome Sangali has 2 on feet for 1 hour plus. Thanks to our sales agent and our program people. Who is our program director, by the way?
The program director is Winston Songe.
Winston Songe. Thanks a lot to all of you, our announcers and all of that. Tomorrow, same time, we're going to be here with our guests again, but we're going to be talking a little bit about different things. Good evening and bye-bye from our end.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. So have a great time. So yeah. So we are here and we are still here with you, Patrick. So we're just going to go off here very shortly. And but Patrick, it was a wonderful time. And what do you make of the colors and all of that? We want to say thank you, Patrick. It was a wonderful time. tomorrow will be here. But guess what? Our sponsorship, we are hoping on all of you to provide us sponsorship to bring you the live coverage of all of those activities. Welcome by here to County Inspector Mike Blinwan. He came in. I don't know whether he wanted to have a little bit of conversation.
Yeah, you want to pick a time to talk to the people of
Yes. So I mean, I think we could usher in, but let's close out on this one.
Yeah, let's
then
close out.
Then we could just okay. Bye bye for now, and join us again very shortly as we host Mike Blinwan or someone else. Bye bye.